As some of you know, some weeks ago I did not get so great news regarding my cancer journey. It seems like I have to go through another round of treatment, and it seems like my life once again is turned upside down. So I decided to make a video, but not talking so much like what we have to do and how I feel, but rather like what I'm gonna do with this situation. The past weeks were really hard, they were sad, I was really tired, I was disappointed, angry. I went through the whole palette of emotions, and I think it's really good to go through those palettes. It's not easy, but it's good. And I'm pointing that out because sometimes, especially online, I feel like everybody's happy and good and there's no problems. That's just not the case. I actually believe that living those emotions and going through those emotions is really helpful, and it makes you more mature to cope with the next situation. So I did that. It was not easy, but it was necessary. It was also a moment where I didn't feel like being online so active. Now, in the meantime, I had like the moment to think about what I would like to do. How would I like to approach this situation? And I came to the conclusion to pick up my own book that I wrote in the past years. I published this spring, because on the back side of this book I wrote the following sentence, which I think is really spot on. I wrote this book to remind myself of what really counts. I wrote it to remember, because I know how quickly the brain forgets. To stay humble, because I know how easy the ego takes over. And to keep going when shit hits the van, because I know how tricky that is. What you're holding in your hands are the condensed insights that I collected over the past decade fighting for my life. These insights helped me to dream big and to start small, to find hope when there was darkness, to laugh despite not being funny, and to cry when it was needed. So I feel now I'm in a tricky situation, and so I'm gonna make a little self-experiment. I'm gonna read the book to myself, and in this way indirectly to you, and I see if I can get out something out of it that will help me to guide through this storm ahead. Today, I would like to, I'm not going to read the full book now today to you. So today, I really would like to just read one chapter to you, which I think is spot on and which just touched the string inside of me. It's chapter number 2, and it's called Life is Chaos. Life is chaos. You don't have a chaotic life. Life is chaos. That is the default state of how things unfold in this world. Life is messy and unpredictable. Our job is to understand that living means dealing with chaos. That does not make it easier, but accessible. It is not you who messes things up. The world is messed up, and we are just some lost drops of a paint in a big Jackson Pollock painting.
If you need help, then dial your operator.
We often struggle to find our place within the mess. And every time you think, now I have figured it out, something happens to teach you that you're wrong. And you think, life sucks. And you know what? You're right. Life sucks, and it keeps on sucking. It is not this. If it is not this, then it's that. There is always the next thing. It never stops, this chaos. But that does not mean that you have to turn into chaos. Our task on earth is to embrace this chaos, not to fight it, but to hug it. To learn how to deal with it, like a captain in the storm. There is a saying in sailing that goes like this: you can't change the wind, but you can adjust your sails. That's chapter 2 of my book. And I want to add something little, because now just reading it, a thought popped up that I think in the end the trick is, yes, to adapt the sails, to understand that you cannot change the storm, you cannot influence the weather, you can only change how you respond to it, what attitude you have towards the situation, towards the weather. That's not easy. Now, reading those lines in the situation I'm in, it's not easy. But, and I'm an optimist, I strongly believe that it's possible to learn that. I strongly believe that through practice we can learn it. I can learn it, you can learn it, we all can learn it. And I want to make a claim, or how should I say, put it out there, that I believe that practice is underrated. We can practice to embrace and to hug the chaos. So maybe our outside life is chaos. You probably also have a lot of things going on in your life, and that's tricky and hard too. And so that will always be there, but we all can learn to find a better and more peaceful relationship to those chaos. So I hope this was helpful. Let me know in the comments if you have anything that helps you. If you watch this on YouTube, then hit subscribe, and yes, I'm curious to hear what you think about this chapter 2. I will keep on reading more chapters and more videos, so stay tuned to that. Talk to you here next time. See you then. Bye bye.